So here the masters and everything is same. Here we'll see one more master, one other master. Okay, if you remember that initially I told you about the routing, rate routing, and one reference operation set. Okay, the concept is similar. Whether it is your routing, rate routing, or your reference operation set, or your quality inspection plans, or your maintenance task list, or your project task list, the concept is same. Each kind of master will have a certain operation to be performed. Okay, and as per the module need, if it is with the quality, then you will have an additional function of recording the results. If you are going for the PM, plant maintenance, you will have a option to confirm the operations. Okay, like in case of PP, what we do, we assign the operation in our routing, and after it we confirm operation. It means that we confirm we have done this much of work. Okay, so here the starting point of rework setup starts from a one master which is called trigger point. Trigger point is a master by which we can trigger certain kind of activities during our production process. Suppose you are confirming the operation and you want that, okay, if my if some rework generates, in that case system should create a one rework order for rework purpose. Because what happens, suppose you incurred some kind of cost in your production. Okay, in a similar way you will incur some kind of cost in your rework also. Okay, so if you want to capture both the cost, with your production cost and rework cost, for that purpose you need a order. Okay, order is a cost collector which collect the cost and it will release the cost at the time of order settlement, right? So first of all we should need to define one order type. Either you can suppose, if you remember that initially we defined one order type in PP01. So we can create, this is my order type PP01. In a similar way, we can create a separate order type for rework also. If you want to track some rework order by having a different number ranges and all that, you can create your separate order type also. And if you don't want to go for a separate order type, in that case, you can still use the PP01 standard production order in your rework scenario. So in rework, first of all, we need to create one master which is called trigger point. Okay, so for T code, for creating a trigger point is CO31. Here, what we define. Okay, so first of all, we need to define this is a standard trigger point. As I told you that this trigger point will be a part of my routing and it will trigger some kind of function during my production execution process. Suppose I keep the trigger point as 4 times 1. Okay, now this is the setup of trigger point. Suppose I enter here for, okay, now comes trigger point uses. For what user it will be used. Okay, it is kept as FERT.
This is for the finished product. That means this
Ah,
trigger point is visible for the preferred
right,
data
right,
type.
right.
That-
Okay, so it is the uses. Now comes the trigger point function. What we are doing here, this trigger point, if I am activating it trigger point function, it means that this trigger point will function. It is a kind of activation of trigger point. Like if you remember, in case of bill of material and routing, we have seen same key uses. Okay, so I'm activating here. Now comes, these are the functions which I can use during my process pertaining to my status of orders. What is the status of order?
There is a reorder, rework.
These are status of my order. Okay. the created
Right.
status, release status, confirmed status, partially confirmed status, delivered status. This system set the status automatically. Okay,
Right.
so these are a status of order, right? Now the function trigger is purely based on status of order, right? So here we have a six functions. Release succeeding operation. It means that suppose we can suppose you created a one order, okay, and you don't want to release order completely on a header level. You want that I'll first release the operation number one, okay, and in operation number one I can assign a one trigger point, okay, and if I say that operation number release succeeding operation, and if I set operation status here as partially confirmed, or let us say confirmed. What is the meaning of
Okay.
this? The meaning of this is release succeeding operation. So if I assign this trigger point 4 times 1 to operation number 10, and as I confirm my operation number 10, then system will automatically release operation number 20. Why we need this? Suppose your process is very long, you have all around 10 to 12 operations, and you want to keep certain kind of control by system that if operation number 10 is done, then only operation number 20 should be allowed it to perform. Suppose you have one block of one metal piece, and in that metal piece block you want a tap, you want to do some kind of threading, okay. So your first operation will be the sizing of block, second operation will be drilling, and after the drilling you can do tapping, okay, the threading part. So what we can do, we can assign we can create a two operation. First is drilling, second is tapping, but here tapping cannot be done prior to drilling. So what we can do, we can create a trigger point, and we can assign that trigger point to operation number 10 by using the status, and we only release the operation number 10, then we confirm operation number 10, then system will understand that okay, drilling is completed. Now operation number 20, which is my tapping or threading, can be done. So in this way you can control the release of operations. Okay, this is function number one. The second comes the release up to stop indicator. In a suppose you have a multiple operation, and you do want to release all operations in a one go, okay, then we can use this indicator release up to
Release.
stop indicator. Stop indicator is the system automatically set stop indicator at your last operation.
Okay.
Okay, so you want that if my operation number 10 is confirmed, then system should release all the operations. Then comes release preceding operation. It is a vice versa of first one. Release succeeding operation. This is release preceding operation. It means that if I confirm the operation number 30, then system automatically release 10 or 20. This
Right.
kind of situation comes where suppose it is also called the milestone confirmation kind of situation, where you don't want to confirm individual operation. What you want that in your process there are 10 operation, and you set the milestone of third operation, sixth operation, and 10 operation. So what is standard procedure? Standard procedure is that you should confirm each operation, but in order to save your time, okay, what you decided that I set the milestone on third operation. So if I confirm if I confirm third operation, in that case system should automatically release my operation number 20 and 10.
It's very
Okay, so it is just opposite of your first one. Okay, then comes here the main part, the rework part comes. This is the create order with reference to. Here at the time of production order confirmation, if is there any kind of rework, and we want that at system should trigger or create a separate reorder for that rework, then this is we can enable this function here. And same trigger point if I assign in my routing, then system will as system find the rework quantity and the status, system will create a parallel order. Okay, we'll see. Uh, okay, so next is insert reference operation set. Suppose if you want, again, these all function are situational based function. Suppose after some kind of suppose during your process, your status will keep on changing. Now, if you want that on reaching the particular status, you want to add one more operation or one more operation set, then this function is used. I show you one
Good.
which I created the CO. This is a function. This is a standard trigger point which is created for rework order. Okay, what is saying that? First of all, we have activated the trigger function. Secondly, we use the fourth function. This is your create order with reference, and it is aligned with the status PCNF. What is the meaning of PCNF? It is partially confirmed. Okay, if we are confirming your order fully, it means that there is nothing to be done. Your order is confirmed finally. Okay, you
Right.
are about to close your order, then only will confirm completely.
Okay.
But if you have some kind of rework, then you cannot confirm your order completely. In that case, we can go for partial confirmation. Okay, so that's why now the situation says if my order has a PCNF partially confirm status, then system should create one rework order. Okay, here we can select the changes. Okay, if you do you want to reset the status of order, do you want to set some kind of a status, so these kind of status setup can be assigned from this
Exactly.
point. Okay, then this is comes to once. It means that for one time, suppose you are you want that this rework activity should be activated only one time, rest all the quantity will be a part of your same order. Okay, so here it is saying that the rework of the operation order will be triggered only once, right? Now comes the parameter part. Okay, this is the we given a one command to system that if my order status is PCNF, then create one reference order, right? Now, what are the things required for your order creation? For order creation, you need first of all you need your order type. What type of order you want, right? So we have given a system a order type for using. Secondly, the group or group counter. This group and group counter is my reference operation set. See, whenever we do any rework in PP, if you want to create an order without bomb, it is possible because it is not
Well,
without bomb.
hmm,
What are the two basic masters for order creation? The first basic master is your BOM, bill of materials. Second is your routing. Okay. Now, in any situation, it may possible that you are not going to consume any material. Okay, or you don't want to load consumed material cost on your finished product. Suppose if you are working any machine shop, there will be the job is to just drill in a one metal block. Okay, so in that case you are not going to consume anything. You cannot calculate the cost of drill on thousand of pieces. So what you can do, you won't maintain any bill of material. Okay, so if you want to create any order, you can leave the bill of material part, but you cannot leave routing part, because whatever is you are producing or anything, you need to do some kind of operation. It may or may not consume raw material. Okay, so for that purpose, there is a one group, and this you can say this group is your rate routing set. It is assigned here. Okay. So now this total situation is says this is my trigger point. If my order status is PCNF partially confirmed and then system should create one order by using order type PP01 and by using reference operation set number this, right? Now what we need to do next, we have created one trigger point, but where to assign this trigger point? On which operation is to assign as the trigger point? Routing is a list of operations, so obviously we need to assign this trigger point in our routing structure. Okay, so this is my routing. In this routing, I have an operation called sitting. Okay, this is the first material 2.69. Okay, now here in this operation, I want to assign my trigger point which I have created. So I'll simply go in go to option, then trigger point overview. Here I can assign my operation, trigger point operation and part of it. Okay. Now what this trigger point will have? See, this trigger point has same setting which we have done. Create order with reference to PCNF,
Partially confirm plus one time.
and it should follow these. It should follow these masters. First of all, it should use the PP01 as my order type. Secondly, it should use the reference operation set, this number, right? So now I can trigger some kind of now I can handle a rework scenario in my production process. So we'll do one thing. I have created one order. We'll do one thing. First of all, we'll confirm the
Just a
order.
minute. Uh, just a minute. Just a minute. Just a
Okay.
minute. Let
Okay.
when we get rate routing, right?
Hmm.
When I routing it for a particular material, right?
Hmm.
Routing condition is linked for a particular material. For that material, if I require a rework order, that means that then I have to create the separate rework order for that material
Right. Right. Right.
for the
Reason is that, suppose as I told you, na, कि suppose you have done you have one metal piece in that your job is to do first the drilling, second the tapping, your threading part. Okay, just assume these are for tapping, drilling and tapping are two operation, right? Now what happened? You have done the drilling and tapping, and after that the quality department has rejected your job
material.
due to the thread, whether this thread is not properly fitting in their gauge or whatever the tool they are using, right? So in that case, definitely you need to do rethreading and retapping. Okay,
Okay.
so for that rethreading or retapping, one option is that you don't use the order and you just do threading and tapping. But in that case, what will happen? The cost of rework, the manpower or the labor you incurred during this rework work won't be
Okay.
available in your system, or you cannot capture those. Okay, so in order to capture the rework part, this rework order is used. You can create a separate order type for rework, or you can assign in your standard operation, standard
Okay.
trigger point.
Okay.
Okay,
That means we should create a separate we should create a rework order for the every routing. If any rework is required, that time
see,
it is
in rework
automatically.
scenario, in normal production process, two masters are required. First is your BOM and second is your routing, right? If we talk about the rework scenario, here one more master is going to add, which is called reference operation set. Okay, here called, which is called reference operation set. What will have? reference operation set is just a replica of your routing. This is my reference operation set. Okay. See, this contains exactly similar thing. But what is why we create this reference operation set? Because you have already some machines working for your production, your drilling machine and your threading or tapping machine. Okay, so in that case you cannot use same machine in your rework process. Definitely you will have a separate pool of machine. Either you will have a separate pool of machine for rework, or you will stop your production for rework activity. Okay, so for that purpose we create a reference operation set. See, in a routing it may possible that 10 operation to be performed, but for rework those 10 operations are not compulsory. It is possible that if you do only one operation, then only then your job or your work will be fine. Okay, so here we define what are the operation to be performed for rework. Okay,
Plan group.
okay, so this is my one order. Okay, now I'll do one thing. First, I confirm this order 100%.
Uh, Confusing. Rework is little bit different.
Yes, come again.
Hello.
Yeah.
Rework is little bit different as compared to the normal production plan and other things.
That's why we created a separate reference operation set na, because in normal production plan you may be using 10 operations for production of a particular product, but in rework you are not going to follow all these 10 operations. What you are going to use, you either use the one or two operations which are necessary for your rework. So that's why to capture the necessary operation of rework we have created one reference operation set.
Right.
Okay, so I do one thing, I simply confirm this order. Then we'll see. Here I have taken the final confirmation. What was our setting? Our setting was if operation order confirmation is partially, then only system should generate my rework order. Okay, I am simply saving it. It is saved. Okay, this is normal scenario where I am saying that I don't have any rework. Okay, let's go for another scenario. This is my order now. Now we assume the situation that in this order there is a rework. Okay,
Right.
so I am saying that my total yield is of 10, right?
Okay.
Out of this total, 5 quantity is my rework quantity.
Four is five.
Sorry, 4 is your rework quantity.
Rework. Six is okay.
Okay, now will the system trigger any reference rework order in this situation?
Yeah.
No,
Because we will not figure that.
because your order status, you are saying that your order is finally confirmed. You are saying that this 4 is finally rejected. We don't want to do any kind of rework.
The rejected, right, right.
Okay.
That will
Now, if I change the
that
rework status, confirmation is type from partial confirmation.
partial
What was our setting? Our setting was if my order status is partially confirmed, then create
re,
one order by using
re,
PP01 as a order type and by using operation which are mentioned in my reference operation set. Okay, now I'm saving it. See, trigger
okay,
point has
that
triggered. It has triggered a function. What is
save
saying that what function it has triggered? If you remember in our trigger point,
create order.
we selected the create order with reference, status
Please,
PCNF. So now it is saying that this function, create order with
right.
reference is activated. Reason, you have a order status PCNF partially confirmed. And now how it is going to deal with. Okay, so I clicked here, operation confirmed. But that
Operation
order is also created. Where we'll see that order. If I go to the reporting part, so this is my rework order. Actually, there are multiple orders. Okay, so you can assume that these our order was 808.
confirm.
So after that, it has created 809 or 8010. Okay, this is a sign of your rework. If you
That, that setting change.
this is saying that this is your rework order. Okay, because I have kept same order type. If you created separate order type and you assign a separate order type in your trigger point, then system will use the separate order type, or you may have a different number range for order type, right? So what is the next? The next is, see, the order status. Here you can see the system status. System has created a certain rework orders, but their status is still under the created stage. What you need to
Created.
do? Okay, it is under the created.
Okay.
Okay, and what he has copied under the master data tab, if you can see that our group was, our reference operation set was 5 6 times 0 7. So it has copied. Okay, but there is no any bomb because for rework I may not require a bomb. Okay, so in that case, for confirming the rework again, we'll follow the same fashion. We'll go to the CO02. We'll open our rework order. Okay, here I'm just entering rework of whatever. See,
Uh, go to just go again back. Just go before the screen. Just before the screen. No, no, no. Okay, this was the order overview.
this is change
Order number
mode.
is
I
the
have
order number.
copied. I have seen the order
Okay.
in my this report. CIIS.
Okay.
I told you about this report. This was a report. Okay. So in this report, I found that these are a separate rework orders are available. Now I have done my rework and now I want to confirm the rework quantity. Okay. For that
310.
for that purpose, I go to CO02, which is my production order change mode. Why I'm going in CO02? Because I need to release this order. It is still under the created stage, so I cannot proceed anything.
Okay.
So I released it. and I saved it. Now the next is you're going to again confirm this rework order. So after this, your process will be end.